Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to Weird Weekly Recap AKA W.W.R. That's not the document I wanted. This show is a dive into the odd, obscure, bizarre, and other words for strange world of notable events, weather, and sports. I'm, of course, A.O. Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you, viewer, thank you so much for coming in and watching us. Today is Saturn's Day, aka Saturday, June 13th, 2026. Just narrowly missed a third Friday the 13th this year.
You said.
Yeah, we've already had two.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, we have a title is Fake Online Stores, Unsanctioned Poop, Chimera Apple, and more, so with the title...
Unsanctioned Poop,
Unsanctioned Poop, yes, you did hear that. Yeah. I'm going to try to start getting...
let's go right to that one.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. We'll get to crap eventually, so... I just want to show, the thumbnail. I'm going to try to incorporate the title and thumbnail into the actual, video itself. So that way you can see what the viewer sees and everything. So now we also have from Jewel Chicky here brought my attention to this on the 6th. So it's been sitting here for over a week now. But this article here, actor James Handy stabbed to death in Los Angeles.
Ooh.
He was 81. The suspect, Michael Gladell, at the age of 44, flagged down L.A. police officers after a 911 call was made at around 9:30 in the morning, the police department said. The 911 caller said, quote, "I am the son of man, I just killed the man of sin," end quote, the police department said in a statement on Thursday. So, the guy, the murderer himself calling the suspect, I guess. But I mean,
Did they know each other? Or?
I have no idea. But
Yikes.
I mean, not necessarily. The victim was an actor, and you know how actors are always targeted. So.
Well, I just didn't know if they had some dispute going between them.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into this.
It was random. Oh.
Yeah. So.
Which happens all the time too.
And I was stupid. I forgot to put in all the links to these articles in for. The Rumble section. Most of these are in the YouTube section right now, so if you're watching this on YouTube during the live stream, this is already there. But it will, all these links will be there eventually. I already have it put in here into the document. Anyway, Wendy Gledhill, 76, was Handy's girlfriend and the mother of the suspect. She told, the mother of the suspect. Okay. Yeah, so the son of the girlfriend killed this guy, and actually I think we're gonna talk about it again. So so she was Handy's girlfriend. Handy's the victim. So the girlfriend of the victim was murdered. The victim was murdered by his girlfriend's son.
Oh, so there was some relationship.
Maybe.
There. Well, he had to know him.
Yeah. So, that's wild. Anyway, let's move on up here. Freedom Ship, the mile-long floating city that can carry up to 80,000 people. This doesn't look that big, but I mean, if you look more at it.
How many decks it has and how long it's going back.
Look at that.
Look at that. No, that's huge.
Well, there's another image right here.
80,000?
It shows you, it has a yacht harbor in the back.
Oh, my God.
So, this is enormous. The concept of a floating city was originally proposed in the 90s by stadium engineer Norman Nixon, but no one really ever attempted to build one. Blueprints for Nixon's original ship were dusted off several times over the last 3 decades, that's 30 years, but it never progressed beyond the discussion phase. Now, a cruise line company claims the demand for a Freedom Ship is so strong that it, quote, could almost justify building 3 ships, end quote. Oh, here we go. Let's see here. The 800-foot wide and 30-deck high Freedom Ship could carry up to 50,000 permanent residents as well as 10,000 visitors, all catered to by 20,000 members of staff. That's about 8 times more people than the total capacity of one of the world's largest cruise ships today. They would be carried to and from the Freedom Ship with smaller ships because it wouldn't fit in any port. So, wow, yeah, of course it wouldn't.
Wow.
And there's actually a video on this right
That's
here.
what I want to do, is be stuck with 80,000 of my favorite people.
Oh, yikes.
That I can't get away from.
Jeez.
In one sense, it would be kind of cool, but I think it would get old fast.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a 15-minute city on the ocean. essentially.
But I'm sure it travels around the world. You can see the world eventually.
Yeah.
That's the concept.
If you're paying for the worldview, cabins, there are such a thing as interior cabins.
No,
So.
I'm not talking. You're mostly out at sea. When you go into
Yeah.
ports, you can go in and travel all around. And
if you can get into the port, like there might be some special laws to be, like I don't know.
I don't either,
like-
but I'm sure you can. That's the point: is to go into different places and get shuttled. You may stay there for a month, and then you can go look around that and come back. And
All I can
in one way,
say,
it's kind of cool, and another way, it would drive me batshit crazy.
Well, see, I'm just sitting here thinking, if the market is that big for that, instead of one ship or three of those huge ships, just make a whole bunch of cruise ships.
No, that's not the point of this. The point is permanent residency.
Yeah, you can permanent residency in a cruise ship. There are some people who do that. There's some people who permanent residency in hotels. There's people who permanent residency.
True.
Yeah, there's. I've
But
heard
this
of.
is designed for permanent residence, and then you can have you have your mother-in-law that wants to come and stay with you for a month. Okay, then so they've got plenty of space for visitors.
Okay. At the same time, I'm looking around at current events right now. I'm just like, all it takes is one person with the virus to be on that thing, and now you have that 80,000 potentially.
Yeah.
So then I don't think it's a wise idea.
Well, like I say, I like the concept of it, but it drives me nuts.
Well, like the maintenance costs alone and the fuel
I'll go visit
consumption.
you. How's that?
Well, first off, you know what?
I'll be the visitor.
You know that there's it's never going to happen. I'm going to be out in the ocean like that. I don't do that.
No, that's true. That is really oh man.
Yeah.
A window to open sea. Oh, that drive you nuts.
No, I would lose my mind. Anyway, let's continue on up here. A mentally challenged man miraculously survives almost 3 years alone in a mountain forest. Last week, Indonesian media reported the dramatic rescue of an emaciated 49-year-old man found in the forest of Mount Salak in the country's Sukabumi Regency. He was found by a group of locals who were inspecting the flow of a nearby river after heavy rains, sitting on a mossy rock, looking disoriented. According to the rescuers, the man had trouble speaking and was in poor physical shape. He was all skin and bones, could hardly walk on his own, and was visibly startled by the sight of other people. After being carried out of the jungle on a stretcher, the man was taken to a sub-district office for identification using fingerprints and retina scans. Well, 3 years alone, but it sounds like he was on his last legs.
Yeah.
The rescued man was identified as 49-year-old Ai Solhudin, a resident of Cianjur Regency who had been reported missing by his family nearly 3 years earlier.
Whoa.
His identity was later confirmed by members of his family who explained that he suffered from mental health issues and had simply disappeared from home one day after venturing in the forest of Mount Salak. So,
I figured out how to survive for 3 years. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take much brain power. You just eat bugs, and
It's going to take more than you think to survive for 3 years in the forest.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If a bear and a dog and everything, can do it, now, if you had more intelligence, you can build a shelter and everything, yes, but, he could very easily, find a rock or a cave,
He
eat
wandered
bugs.
away from his home into the forest.
Yeah.
Not prepared for that, not prepared
I'm not
to
saying he
live
was,
out in the wild, but he made it somehow.
Well, no, see, I'm using this as an example that you don't have to be that mentally cognitive,
No, you don't.
To
But you have to have some chutzpah, shall we say?
Not necessarily. Animals can do it. We did it for thousands of years and everything.
We are so
nowadays
so divorced from
obviously
nature.
This guy wasn't.
We figured it out. I giving the guy credit.
He's mentally challenged, and he did it.
Not in a way to be lost in the forest. He figured it out.
Yeah. What else we got here? The remarkable resurrection plant has a fascinating survival mechanism. IOYO was renowned for its ability to survive extreme desiccation in Mexico's Chihuahuan desert, sometimes for several years, only to resume normal metabolic activity upon rehydration. In the absence of water, the resurrection plant begins to curl inward into a ball-like structure, losing up to 95% of its water content. Its leaves become leathery brown, and the plant itself looks dead to the naked eye, but all it needs is a few drops of water. Within hours of being exposed to moisture, this plant begins to unfurl, eventually regaining its vibrant green color and resuming the photosynthesis process. Often described as a botanical marvel, the resurrection plant can come back to life after years of hibernation, during which time all its metabolic processes are reduced to a minimum. So kind of like the frog that can survive being frozen to death. Its metabolism and blood, like everything, it goes to crawl, but it's still moving.
Yeah.
And that's, what we've been seeing here is it unfurling and everything.
Opening up, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. Look how green it gets.
Yeah, well, like right here, this is the image right there.
Yeah.
So that's what it looked like. Well, I guess they have, before and after. I thought this was growing out of this one. No. That's what it looks like
afterward.
That's
one they gave water to and one that's
okay.
in hibernation, so to speak.
Yeah. All right. What have we got here? South Korea's fake online stores help shopping addicts save money. I already know where this is going, and this is so pathetic. As one of the most digitalized countries on Earth, South Korea also has one of the most developed online shopping sectors. But while online commerce figures are still looking strong, national media outlets are reporting an interesting trend among the country's youth. The increasing use of dopamine sites that essentially mimic online shopping platforms down to the minute details in order to provide a realistic shopping experience. So essentially, it's fake shop. Dude, if you're that addicted to shopping, get off of your device. You need help.
That's the problem. You can't get off your device because you're addicted.
Well, they obviously need, therapy.
They need help, for sure.
Yeah.
But this is some way to...
This is no way.
Feed the monster, but yet you're not shopping.
No, this is... this is, no different than vapes. It's just a lie. Unless
the difference is you're not spending a ton of money that you can't afford.
Well, true. But how do people get to that stage?
I don't know because I don't like shopping.
Yeah.
So I can't go there at all. I have no clue. Poke me in the eye before I go shopping.
Yeah. Here we go. Man eats over 2 pounds of honey in 1 minute, sets new world record.
Oh man, that can't be good.
Andre Orthoff, a young German man famous for taking on unusual eating and drinking challenges, recently set out to break the world record for the most honey consumed in a minute. His attempt took place in Augsburg, Germany, and saw him consume 1,273 grams, or 44.91 ounces of honey in just 60 seconds. Talk about a sugar rush. They have a video right here.
Oh man!
Wow.
Oh man!
That has got to be just sickeningly sweet. Oh. How can you do that?
That would get my heart just roaring.
The first thing...
My heart would be palpitating.
The first thing I think of is that one time I tried...
It does that to me. It's the heart going or whatever. I don't know why, but it does. I'm not talking about a little bit of honey in a sandwich. If I have a bunch of...
But just straight up just...
No, that's crazy.
This reminds me of the time I microwaved a bunch of sour gummy worms and I tried to eat the soup, and oh my goodness, was that sweet and just liquid. Holy crap!
But what are they doing here? How much honey you can eat in a minute?
In a minute, yeah.
Because if not, pick the bowl up and drink it.
Well,
so
you have to.
Spoon.
Rules.
So some kind of it's a weird deal.
74-year-old grandma stuns internet with her youthful looks and bold fashion style. Well, with how things are going today, I wouldn't be surprised if she was actually one of these vampires. The mother of a 45-year-old son obviously made the secret of her incredible looks sound much simpler than it is. In reality, she has a very disciplined lifestyle. She never eats after 5 p.m. She favors soups and green vegetables and protein-rich foods before carbohydrates and starts every day with an hour of yoga. Yingzi has been interested in beauty and fashion ever since she was a child, but she never considered building a career around her interests. She worked as a kindergarten manager before moving to Japan with her husband and son in the 1980s and landing a job at a restaurant where she honed her skills for several years. So, this is her.
Yeah.
It's 73 or whatever it was.
Amazing.
It's 74. Yeah. That's actually kind of believable. It's 74.
Yeah.
Yeah. This...
Do I look 40? No.
You're not 1 year older than me. Don't even start.
43?
Anyway. Now this one is awesome.
Yeah, I still got some hair. Not much.
Yeah,
I got a little bit.
So, now this one's awesome. Russia uses World War I era zebra camouflage to protect its vehicles from AI-powered kamikaze drones. It very much like how, because we all know that World War I ships had all those, zebra. And people don't realize the point of that is to break up the silhouettes. So you don't know what kind of a ship it is. Is it military? Is it civilians? How big? What's the tonnage? How many guns? There's no way to get a grip, from X, away. It just breaks up.
But they're saying something about.
Well, for the same thing, it breaks up. It breaks up the silhouette and everything. Yeah. Because it's visually trying to find a truck, and with this broken lines and everything.
So it screws up drones. Is that it?
Yes, for the same reason I believe why they were used on battleships and everything back in World War One, and even I think into World War II, is to break up the line, break up the silhouettes. It doesn't see a truck; it just sees a bunch of lines.
Yeah.
So it confuses it. Photos of Russian Kamaz and Euro trucks painted in chaotic black and white patterns have been doing the rounds online, leaving many wondering what the point of the camouflage really is. It is certainly not to make the painted vehicles less visible to the human eye, but then again, they are not targeting human eyes, but robotic ones. According to military experts, this type of camouflage was developed in 1917 by the official naval artist Norman Wilkinson to reduce the effectiveness of attacks by German submarines. It became known as Dazzle, and as the name suggests, it wasn't meant to conceal, but to trick enemies. The contrasting geometric patterns of large blocks of color made it difficult for submarine crew members using a periscope to determine a target's course, speed, and type. More than a century has passed since Dazzle camouflage was developed, but Russia appears to think, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So, and look at this one. This one's wild. Look
at that.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So...
That's far better than Stripes right there.
Well, Stripes, it does it does the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Out with the new, in with the old, huh?
Yeah.
And we also have Idaho man juggles flaming torches for over 6 minutes. Oh.
What do people do? It's weird.
Well, it's kind of funny, because we're thinking about maybe moving to Idaho, so I might actually meet the Russian person.
We'll go get his autograph.
Yeah. I never would have imagined a news show would get me into being a fan of a record breaker. We hear David Rush, who holds multiple records in juggling categories.
Oh, it's him?
Yeah, it is him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, it is. It's the Rush. Rush ended up taking the title with time of 6 minutes and 25.49 seconds, besting the previous record of 5 minutes and 2.31 seconds. So it's how long you can juggle flaming torches.
Yeah.
So.
Flaming torches.
Yeah. It's just wild. Don't need to read any more of that. Marilyn Monroe impersonators break world record in California. The previous record of 254 Marilyns was set in the Maryland Jetty swim team in Australia back in 2020. The Maryland 100 event started as a fundraiser for Palm Springs Pride and helped to... Oh, it's more of this Pride crap. Did you know that June used to be Men's Mental Health Awareness Month?
Yes, you told me.
Yeah, well, no, I'm saying that now that we're on camera, just to make sure that the audience knows and everything. Men now more than ever, really does need a pat on the back.
Well, I don't know about a pat on the back, but I need some mental work for sure.
Yeah, that is true. Absolutely, me as well. So, and this one had for her 100th birthday apparently. So that's what this event was for.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, a California city.
She was born somewhere around 26.
I guess so. Because this says the Maryland 100 event and everything. So I'm just like, well, it can't be 100 people because the previous record was 254. So it says here, a California city celebrated Marilyn Monroe's 100th birthday by gathering 1,037 people dressed as a Hollywood star to break Guinness World Record.
Okay.
All right. And we have a comment here from Sir Toxic Masculinity. So let's see here. Hey dude, no you don't play anymore, but that private WoW server we met on is getting sued by Blizzard. Lol, good, fuck them. No, so he's talking about, what's it called?
Don't say it on air necessarily.
Well, yeah, you're right, so, well, yeah. Anyway, man solves 2 Rubik's Cubes while skydiving to break world record. So we spoke about, one...
Don't tell me this is the Rush again. No, he's not going to jump out of a plane.
It's not the Rush. Well, he might, but no, we've covered somebody skydiving solving 1 before, and now this guy's solving 2. So he solves 2 during 1 jump. It sounds like. Ihsan Hadakar, at the age of 24, who's been solving puzzle cubes since he was 10 years old, went skydiving for the first time over Oceanside, California, to attempt the Guinness World Record for the most rotating puzzle cubes solved in a single skydive. He managed to solve 2 cubes before landing on the ground from 13,000 feet to successfully take the record on his second attempt. So now people have to solve 3 or more cubes while skydiving, which I don't think is physically possible. Unless you start jumping out of orbit, in which now you're going to have a flight suit that can resist a burn-on re-entry like the Flash.
I wonder how long from the jump to the land is.
Well, it depends on a lot of conditions. First off, how much above sea level is your landing ground? No.
And he was at 13,000 feet.
Well, if you're at 13,000 feet and you're jumping onto something at 1,000 feet versus 2,000 feet, you have another 1,000 feet to work with. So, depending on your landing.
Oceanside is down
by the ocean.
So, it's pretty much ground zero.
But then there's also wind, turbulence,
Oceanside's a nice area.
What's your BMI? What's your calculated terminal velocity? And how fast can you solve the Rubik's Cube? And what's the rule? Like, can you preset a Rubik's Cube, or does a judge have to jumble it?
Well, you probably get it. Well, now, when you buy them, are they solved or are they mixed up when you buy one?
Some I've seen them both, like in the packaging. I've seen them solved and I've seen them jumbled, ready to buy.
So it has to be verified that it's totally mixed.
Yeah.
Before you put them in your pouch or whatever you did.
But then, one mix could take 5 minutes to solve. The next could take 50. So
people that can really do people that can do a Rubik's Cube, they can solve it in like 30 seconds. I mean,
but they're not plummeting towards Earth at 7,000 miles an hour.
You say that's a distraction? Oh, I dropped it. Finishing your last
one. No!
Oh, I had it.
Oh, that would be a bitch. Wilson! I'm sorry! Wilson, I'm sorry!
That was a great movie.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, more from UPI. New Zealand tourist attraction closed due to unsanctioned poop. Here we go with the poop story. Finally here. The Masterton District Council said in a since deleted Facebook post that the fernery, a building that houses more than 60 varieties of fern at Queen Elizabeth Park in Masterton, had to be closed for cleaning Wednesday due to the presence of poo.
It's just closed for cleaning.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, it was unsanctioned poo, so some homeless, or maybe one of these illegal, innocent angel Aladdin, future doctor, Islamic extremist people. Look at what happened in Belfast. One of these people probably took a shit in there. I mean, look at what's happening in San Francisco. It's covered in crap. Yeah. So finally, they're seeing some of that. Sounds like. Quote: We've had several incidents recently of people defecating in the fernery. Right. This is a public health hazard, and our teams are in the process of cleaning it up, aiming to have it reopened tomorrow, Thursday. The post said. So that was several days ago. So probably
more than just one poop.
Yeah. So probably it's these illegals that they're just waving in. The fernery was
where
built,
is it again?
In the UK.
Okay.
The Queen Elizabeth Park in Masterton, wherever Masterton is. Yeah. And this fernery was built in 1924. It is a 102-year-old structure. Wow. That is crazy. Built by the Masterton Beautifying Society, and people are just dumping their loads in there. That's terrible.
They're just fertilizing.
Anyway, a Pennsylvania boy at the age of 7 puts on 50 sweaters to break world record. They have
He's 7?
At the age of 7, puts on 50 sweaters.
He said he's 7.
Oh yes.
You got this. You got this.
Pull it down. Get it official.
Hello. Yeah, he kind of reminds.
I love this. Look at him trying to walk around. He's top heavy. He's almost ready to tip over.
That's probably why he's moving, so he can stay up, get some momentum underneath. So, he reminds me of Ralphie's brother from A Christmas Story.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
can't put my arms down!
hour, 8 minutes, 26 seconds.
Wow. That's awesome. What else do we got here? Man walks on his hands down 100 stairs in 44.71 seconds. So let's just, I don't even need to read some of these. I'm going to give my voice a little break at the end here. So I think, like, it has to be timed. Yeah. Now, he didn't start at the very top, it looks like. I mean, let me go back. Oh yeah, he did. Okay, never mind. Well, because like from this shot here.
Yeah. So he's already down a ways.
Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on a second. For whatever reason, it gives me a pop-up. Yeah, all the way up there. I thought he started like just. Okay, so but yeah, so that's a lot of stairs. Wow. Kudos to that guy.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, I guess the 100. I guess it's 100 stairs the fastest. So they count the steps, and then they have the guy sitting at the last step.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hari Chandragiri at the age of 31 earned the record for the fastest time to descend 100 steps walking on hands. We need to descend to the stairs in Yunyang, Chongqing, China in 44.71 seconds. Now here's the thing though, like it's 100 steps.
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder, would it be better to do it on a case like this, that you see that big platform right there?
Yeah.
Well, that would be considered one step.
Yeah. And it is.
Or would it be better to do it, on something like that, or on 100 consecutive steps?
If
there
you
is,
find it.
Yeah. I wonder if there is anything out there with 100 consecutive steps without a break. Because depending on the amount of breaks and how big the breaks are, that that's just more ground to cover.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it would be official too if you could do long strides with your hands and go every other step, or are you not getting all the steps? You're still doing the steps, but you're not landing on every
That
one.
is a good question, but our arms are not legs, so I don't think we have the same, reach with our arms, and it's
well, let's
unnatural
get Shaq
too.
up there. His arms are plenty long.
Yeah. Well, he's also a very big guy.
Yeah. What else we got?
He's proportionally correct too, though.
He is.
So
he's just not a tall guy. He is just all there.
he's just big.
Yeah.
Anyway, last but not least, a half red, half yellow Chimera apple drew crowds at the New Zealand store. So this apple, with color split almost perfectly down the middle, was found in a mid-May delivery of red Braeburn apples at the Sunshine Corner Market in the Christchurch suburb of Marehill. Chimera apples, believed to occur in less than 1 in a million fruits, result from a genetic mutation that causes the apple to form cells from 2 different genetic backgrounds. That is wild.
That is.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the end of our description for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. Like for your dose of odd, different, unusual news, aka notable events, weather, and sports, we stream every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 Mountain, 5 Central, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. Think of a word. If you're still watching, leave in the comments. Desktop. Yeah. Anyway, we have other shows from history to news, movie reactions, reviews, video memes, Omni Kitchen, everything else between. Talk show. This is my old outro. We don't do any of those projects really anymore, but trying to get a couple things off the ground. But we have a history show in about an hour and a half here. So, for all of you know of us, I'm Xander.
Golden Loan.
And UVRU. And until you catch us next time, could be the history show, could be next week, could be whenever. Until then, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!